I'm Kurt, I'm a parent, and this is my 2-minute tip. Sooner or later, every child begins to ask the same questions. Questions like, what am I good at? Why am I here? What do I really have to contribute to this great big world? Now, a 7-year-old is certainly asking different questions than a 17-year-old, but the reality is this: your children will eventually begin to see their value, their worth, their identity, partly through how they see their place in the world. So here's my tip. Help your children begin to form their identity by seeing themselves through God's eyes, and God sees your children as having something special and unique to offer the world. Here are 3 simple ways you can begin to help your children identify their unique talents and their gifts that can be used to make a difference in this world. Idea number 1, catch them doing something awesome. Pay attention to your child and make a little note whenever you notice a new skill rising up or you see a certain pattern of good behavior that is a consistent part of your child's character. Then, at some point, say something like, hey, have you ever noticed that you're really good at fill in the blank, sports, baking, math? I wonder if God is developing a special skill in you that He wants to use at some point in your life. What do you think? Or you might say, hey, I've noticed how consistently kind and thoughtful you are. God is going to use those qualities in some awesome ways in your life. Parents are pretty good at catching their children doing something wrong. I want you to practice the art of catching them being awesome. Idea number 2, ask them to dream. Create a fun tradition once a year on their birthday or first day of school, etc., to ask them this question. This year, if you could do anything for God and you knew you wouldn't fail, what would you do? How they respond will be an indicator of some of their passions and dreams of how God might want to use them someday. Now, don't put too much weight on this. Don't hold them accountable to go try to do whatever it is they're dreaming up. Keep it fun, keep it light. You can follow up by asking why they think they'd be able to do what they're suggesting. Or if they were to pretend they really wanted to try it, what types of skills would be needed? This exercise will help your children see that God gives all of us dreams, passions, and skills that can be used for His glory in the world. For some extra fun, keep a list from year to year so when your child is older, they can see what they dreamed of doing for God in their early years. They may simply get a good laugh out of it, or they may notice a pattern of giftings and desires that have stuck with them throughout the years. Idea number 3, serve together. You know the old saying, the family that serves together stays together, or something like that. The best way for a child to begin to discover what they have to offer the world is to start offering stuff to the world. Ask your children where or how they'd like to serve and tell them that if they'll do it, you'll do it with them. P.S. Serving together will create all sorts of opportunities for you to fulfill idea number 1, catching them doing something awesome. God sees your child as a handcrafted masterpiece full of wonderful gifts that He hopes will be used to make a difference in this world. Help your children develop a healthy sense of identity by seeing themselves through God's eyes. And He sees your children as having something to offer this world.